Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Dreamfall Chapters. When we left off last time, we were hanging out with Keon, who now has hair and a beard. Better disguise. We stole a tool from an Azadi workman, and we are going to figure out what all this elaborate pipe system is for. Okay. So we got a map about where to go to mess around with these pipes. And I was going to go over to this one first, but it seems like... Okay, so this is next to the petrified trees, so... Fountain right here. The other one is like right near here somewhere, right? So maybe I should take the opportunity while we're here to try to find it. Oh, well, I mean, is this it? Up above and right next to these guards? That if so, then we're not going to be able to mess with that one. Nope, that's it. Okay, so one down here, and then this one over here. Alright then, let's have a look-see. What's going on here, guys?
Looks empty. There's a strong current of air flowing through it.
Well, the guy with the tool said something about orbs that are gonna go through it.
Looks empty. There's a strong current of air flowing through it.
Stick a hand in.
There's air flowing from right to left, like a tempest in a tube.
So is it like a... What are they called? Banks use them, right? Where you have the tube system and you put in like your little mini tubes, your little capsules with the information, and it like blasts them all around to where they need to go. There's a word for this and I'm totally losing it right now. Can't think of what it is. But maybe it's one of those. Maybe it's a messaging system.
There's a powerful wind blowing from right to left, and it carries something with it. Too quick to see, too fast to grab.
Well, we gotta gum up the works then and stop it and hope that it does blast by quick.
There's a powerful wind blowing from right to left, and it carries something with it. Too quick to see, too fast to grab.
Well, let's put a hand in and hope it's not something really, really hard that shatters our bones.
I'll lose my fingers if I try and grab it.
Oh.
It's solid, and it's swift.
Alright, what can we cram in there? Jam it with a map? No? Jam it with the tool? Possibly break the tool? This might be a bad idea. No, that did not work. Okay, goals are updated. So, investigate the pipes, investigate the object. That's not the right button. We need something to slow... Well, what about one of the little, kind of oven-looking things? Like this over here. Will that affect the speed of it? No, we're not going to try to mess with it. Well, he said in the bar that if the pipes are off even a little tiny bit, then the orbs get stuck. So maybe if we just smack this thing a good one at some point. No? Alright, let's just look around a bit.
A pumpkin. An odd vegetable, native to the Northlands. We have nothing like it in Azadi. Apparently, the reaping's the right time for pumpkins, and they're an important part of the celebrations. Goddess knows why. They're hideous things.
They're marvelous things. Pumpkins are great. You can carve them for decoration, or you can eat them. Although this would be kind of large. I don't know that a pumpkin like this would make a good pie, but you can eat them. You can put them in flavorings, like pumpkin muffins. Delicious. How do you not like pumpkins? Okay, what about an apple? I feel like an apple would be small enough we could put it in there and maybe it'll mess it up. No? What's in this? Is it just water and it's dark because it's night? Alright. I don't want to run too far the wrong direction. What do we want to put in this? We could look at this one again. I don't know that there's anything to do with it, though.
The gale's blowing from right to left.
If we can find a way to adjust which way the wind is blowing, would that slow it down?
A crate full of angled pipe sections. Elbows, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, let's just take one of those. Oh, and some straight sections
Pipe
as well.
sections. Surplus or spare parts, I imagine.
Yep. Let's take that. Excellent. So, this thing's gonna come rocketing out of here real quick if this works. Let's attempt to elbow one out of there and just see where it goes. So,
It's a pipe section. An elbow, I believe it's called in the parlance of metal artisans. This is what's called an arm in the parlance of the metal artisans.
can we combine them? No. Well, can we just... Yeah. Excellent. So then, what have we here?
A metal ball? That's what's flying through these pipes?
Orb.
Where did the orb come from?
Maybe
I should
I would assume the
investigate where
tower.
this pipe leads, hopefully to some answers.
Well, let's investigate the orb first.
These orbs rattle through the pipes like bullets through barrels.
Very well. Let's figure out where it comes from. Follow the pipes. So, we should probably take that out of there. Don't want to leave evidence of what we've done. Which way is the wind going?
There's a powerful wind blowing from right to left,
Right to left.
and it carries something with it.
So
Too quick to see, too
we
fast
want
to
to
grab.
go to the left to figure out where it comes from. And I feel like we should maybe close this behind ourselves. No? Okay, I guess we're just going to leave it open. So, feels like it's getting lighter. I wonder if I should try to return the tool, but we might need it again. It's definitely lighter, and this is making me nervous that guy's gonna wake up. Are we taking too long? Maybe. Alright, looping back up there to that house.
I need to find a way into that building tonight.
Okay, but...
There's official Azadi business going on here. You'll want to turn around and walk away.
Sure thing, fellas.
Were you here when we had that horrible mess the other day?
I don't think so.
Or one of them, what are they called? Them ground crawlers.
Rats?
That's it, rats.
They don't know what
One of
rats
them
are?
Rats got into the pipes. Whoop! Got sucked right into the engine.
Whoa. That doesn't sound good.
Light, what a bloody mess. Literally. Guts, bones, hair, blood everywhere had to shut things down. And it was us who had to clean it. Engineers wouldn't touch it, said their hands are too valuable. I guess ours aren't.
It's a soldier's lot, isn't it? We do the grunt work. That's how it goes.
Well, I guess they think cleaning out rat guts is more important than us keeping watch and protecting them engineers in there.
Guess so.
Okay, so... stick strange things into the pipes. That's what you're telling me? I could get behind that. Right. Like apples, no? Well, I don't I don't want to stick some kind of animal in there. That's terrible. But food I'd be fine with. Let's see. Like, definitely, we can't mess with the cat, right? That would be horrible. I'm nervous about the time this is taking, so just in case, I'm going to attempt to give this tool back, although it does seem like maybe in that building you might need it. Oh, what's up, Bip?
So we meet again, Azadi. Prepare your blade for battle.
Sorry, kiddo, but
It's late,
I'm
boy.
busy.
You should be in bed.
So should you. What you doing now? Chasing rats?
Oh no, and I just saw some rats running around. Pip, I need you to catch a rat, and we're going to... That's so horrible. Animal cruelty. We're going to cram it into a pipe to be mangled to death.
I'm too busy to be talking to the boy, and he really shouldn't be out. The streets aren't safe for magicals.
Now I'm a little torn, because that's an excellent point. He shouldn't be out. But he could be very useful.
The boy appears genuinely interested. I've been told this is rare in children. Perhaps I shouldn't discourage him.
I mean... He doesn't have regular, like, parental presence in his life, and so in a way it is kind of good for him to have an adult who takes notice of him and cares about him and interacts with him. But it's kind of dangerous. We're going to explain to him. I feel really bad brushing him off.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Are you that hungry? Rats taste like sewage. Trust me, you're better off eating table scraps.
Not for eating.
I'm not eating the rat. I need it for... It's work-related. It is.
Okay, well, don't let me keep you from your rats.
Are you just going to sit there?
It's not every night I get a chance to watch you catch a rat.
Fair point.
Okay. We could... Oh, yams. Which one shall we catch rats with, yams or the cheese? Cheese is a classic. Cheese and meats plate, I would think, would appeal to them more.
Yams. A few weeks ago, I'd never tasted yams. Now I can't get enough. I'm a budding yam aficionado. Diced and steamed yams. There are so many ways to prepare yams. They truly are the king of foods.
Mashed. That's the way.
Yam.
Now
It's a
what about
leftover
this?
cheese and meats plate. I've dined here. The food's good. I would never have left any bits uneaten.
Well, now I'm really glad that we heard that Bip hangs out at the tavern, because I would feel like it would be a terrible thing to use these to entice rats, which we're just going to kill, when the food could be eaten by the child. But I'm hoping that staying in the tavern means he also gets fed.
There's some cheese left, but that's all.
Well, there's bits of meats on there, too. Okay. I do want to attempt to give the tool back, just in case. Like, it might not matter, but you never know in a game like this. Is it going to wait for me to accomplish my mission, and then I can turn it in and it's fine? Or is it going to be like, oh, whoops, you took too long. Now your innkeeper friend's in trouble. It might. So, let's just see if we can slide this right back in here. We cannot. Okay. Well then, these rats have no fear. They're just hanging right out, no problems. Let's try it. Just the cheese? I bet they would eat the meat too.
I recognize this cheese. It's made from pungent Elguin milk, fermented in wooden vats in the salt caves by the sea. After the milk is fermented for a few months, they place tiny worms into it,
Ugh.
and the worms digest the milk, excreting thick cheese from their tiny anuses.
What a way to ruin cheese. Ugh. Normally I'm up for any cheese, but weird worm cheese? No, I'm
The
out.
shadow itself would hesitate to eat food that's passed through a worm's digestive tract. But it's really quite excellent cheese. I recognize this cheese. It's made from pungent Elguin milk, fermented in wooden vats in the salt caves by the sea.
Maybe yams are the way to get rats.
These delicious things must hail from the western slopes of the first mountain. Who knew a thing that grows in the earth could taste so heavenly?
Well, why wouldn't earth-grown things taste good?
I love yams. There it is, the truth laid bare for all to hear. These delicious things must hail from the western slopes of the first mountain. Who knew a thing that grows in the earth could taste so
I wonder if he'll be
heavenly?
offended if we try to feed yams to rats. Let's see. Oh, nope, he's willing to do it.
How can you not want yams? You vermin are truly beyond all hope of redemption.
You're not very good at catching rats, are you?
No, we used the totally wrong bait. What about you, Bip? Do you like yams? No? Can't feed him? Alright. What we need to do is use the tried and true rat food. That didn't work. Okay. I must have misclicked, because... Here, cheesy bits. Did I mess it up by putting the yams down there first? Is there a different spot I can... Oh, darn it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So.
Ground crawlers. Filthy rodents.
Disease carriers.
I hate rats.
Yup.
I used to have a pet rat.
I did too,
And it
actually.
abandoned me for another cuter orphan child. Shadow curse you, Ratigan. You broke my little heart.
Okay, my pet rat never abandoned me. It was just fine. It was a rat. She was cool. So I guess I don't hate rats. Rats as a pet, okay, but rats that like infest your house, gross. Just grab one. Not gonna work, but it'll amuse Bip.
They're too quick.
Oh, so close. Well, not really.
I'm glad that we're your evening's entertainment at least, Bip. Okay, this
They
should
won't
do.
come close as long as I'm standing here.
Okay, well, just step away a moment. Oh, they ate it so fast!
This is more fun than throwing pebbles at Azadi guards.
That's not a thing you should be doing. It could go badly. Well, wait. This is a two-person deal, I think. Why don't you help me out?
He never listens. He's risking his life being out in the open like this. But what can I do? I was the same at his age. Bip's been a great help. I'm not entirely comfortable with him working for the Resistance, but he'll get in trouble regardless. He might as well get in trouble helping us.
This is one of those things that it's difficult to make the right call, to know where the line is, right? Like, he does need to learn an amount of resourcefulness and independence, and he is, living in the street, he has been. So it can be good for him to grow some confidence and some skills. That's part of raising a child, but also you don't want to take irresponsible risks and endanger him. We don't want to be a helicopter parent, but we don't want him to get hurt.
I hope I can reunite Bip with his parents someday.
That would be lovely.
I hope his parents are still alive. Bip's a good child, strong and clever, not weak and stupid like most
Keon.
children I've encountered.
Oh, that's... No, terrible. Terrible. Children that aren't strong, that don't seem particularly clever, just need better guidance.
I thought being a rebel was supposed to be more exciting than this. I mean, rats? Really?
Well, maybe you could help me, because I'm obviously struggling. Can you maybe set this cheese down and I'll get the... There's got to be some way that we can enlist Bip's help with this.
You're taking way too long. I'm getting bored.
Well,
I'm sure the Magicals would appreciate all your hard work running after rats. I know I do.
thanks, Bip.
There's food left on the table.
Okay, so we gotta put... Can we make some kind of trap out of it? Throw the metal sphere at a rat. That's what you gotta do, Keon. Stun one of them. Can we combine these? No.
They won't come close as long as I'm standing here.
Okay. But how am I gonna... We got multiple cheesy bits. I didn't have to pick it up again, huh? That's not what I meant to do. Okay, the issue is the last time I backed off, then they immediately grabbed it and ran. Bip, help me. Oh, it's so fast. Okay.
You're not very good at catching rats, are you?
No, I'm not. Do you have any tips or tricks? What did we just pick up? There was... Oh, it's going for a rat. That's
This
right.
reminds me of the story of the Teheran rat catcher. He too failed to grab the rats with his bare hands. Unfortunately, I don't remember how his story ended. Probably not well.
Oh, so close! Well, not really.
Okay, so the hint there is you can't catch the rats with your hands. Even if they're distracted by eating cheese. There's got to be a different way. Oh, look at that. Sneaky. Okay, and then maybe we put the cheese by that. Will this scare him into the pipe? No. Oh, he just ate the cheese over there.
This is more fun than throwing pebbles at
No.
Azadi guards.
I'll need to be clever about this.
You're not very good at catching rats, are you?
Okay. So we'll put the cheese. What about the... Maybe we can clog up one section with metal sphere? No, not the way. Alright, it's gotta be cheesy bits here. And... Oh, okay.
You got it!
Yay!
I really didn't think you would. I'm impressed.
It looked very
Well,
dead.
That was fun. What's next?
Next, you go home and stop distracting me, or I'll tell the other street urchins you have fleas.
I have no home. You know that. I sleep in the cellar of the Rooster and Kitten.
Good. It's the safest place around. So go back to your cellar and keep your head down. If I see you again tonight...
Please, got it. I'm sleepy anyways. That's why I'm going back. Not because you're telling me to.
Uh-huh.
And don't throw pebbles at Azadi soldiers.
Also, I would assume all of the street children probably have fleas. It seems like that'd be one of the hazards of living on the street. Okay, we're just gonna leave this here. Very well. That rat looked really dead when he picked it up. Yeah, I think he must have killed it.
It's a ground crawler, a snake tail, a brown fur, a street pigeon, a rat. Beloved child has many names. Soundly trounced. It's a ground crawler,
All right.
a snake
That
tail,
is
a
our
brown
only
fur, a
observation about
street
that.
pigeon,
Very well.
a rat. Beloved child has many names. Soundly trounced.
Well, let's go ruin someone's evening with this dead rat. Boom. Oh no! Oh! It went the wrong way. I forgot. Oh no. Am I gonna have to catch another rat? I'm gonna have to catch another rat. I did it wrong.
Shut up. What was that noise?
Oh, gross.
What's going on? Light. Not this again.
Okay, but I think... Ooh.
I envy those who can shut their doors at night and find peace inside. But that's why we fight. So that they can shut their doors and forget. Behind every window there are stories. I envy those who can shut their doors at night and find peace inside. But that's why we fight. So that they can shut their doors and forget.
Well, good thing there are lots of rats. So, do we still have cheese? We do. Cheesy bits. And... Okay, go for it, little rattykins. So this is what the other access is for. which goes into this building. Yep, perfect. Oh! No, it goes behind it. Well...
What was that sound? It was a squishy sound, sort of like...
You've got to be kidding me. Not again. Shut a damn ground crawlers.
I guess it's on us to clean up the mess.
That bloody engineer in there's not going to do it. So yeah, it's on us.
Right. Well, let's get to it. No time like the present.
Alright, works for me. So then... Can't get through that door. Very well. Oh, this isn't what we wanted anyhow. We wanted... Was this not the building? No, this is where the goats are. Oh my gosh. Terrible sense of direction. I totally lost. What building... What building were they in front of that I needed to get to? Shoot. It was the goat building, right? No? No. Not over here. Where am I trying to go to? Find a way into the building at the hub of the pipe network. So look at your pipe map and not this map. Where's the hub? I can't believe I don't remember where the building is. I'm all mixed up. Alright, we were following these pipes, which goes this way, along here. And then it looped up to that building? Yeah, this building, right? What are we there?
The pipe
Mysterious.
carrying the metal orb leads into that building. I knew it was important.
There we go. Okay. So, let's see what we got going on in here. Oh, wow. Well, that's certainly something. So, are we worried about staying quiet and not getting this engineer's attention?
More of the metal machines that have been put up all over town. But these look different. Bigger, shinier, more modern. It all looks very impressive. It must have taken a great many resources and a great deal of work to assemble these. I won't venture to guess what they do, but modern science is certainly involved. More of the metal machines that have been put up all over town. But these look different. Bigger, shinier. Someone's down there. Someone's down there.
Alright. I mean, it looks like someone that Keon, being a warrior, could pretty easily overpower, but maybe better that we don't. Ooh.
This is where the pipes converge. They're all going into that huge orb.
Yeah.
I knew this building was important. It must be a hub of sorts to the web of pipes. If Liko and Enu were here, I'd afford myself a rare gloat. As it stands, I'll have to settle for a smug feeling of self-satisfaction. This is where the pipes converge. They're all going into that huge orb. It's a massive chamber of some sort. It sounds hollow. It's rumbling and there's steam coming out of it. It's a huge metal orb, like the tummy of a giant mechanical man. I think I've had this dream once.
You have?
It's a massive chamber of some sort. It sounds hollow. It radiates heat. It must be burning hot to the touch. The numbers are flickering. It looks like sorcery, but I'm sure this is science. What could it be? There's mathematics involved, certainly, but I've never seen numbers changing so rapidly without someone doing calculations.
Some type of crazy computer?
Whatever that is, I'm sure it contains the answers to all of our questions about the pipes and the metal machinery.
I do like the flooring in here. Pretty. Alright, let's venture down. Hopefully it's noisy enough that this worker down here won't hear us sneaking up on him.
I wonder what'll happen when I push one of these knobs. Oh, that's ominous.
Maybe we shouldn't just push the knobs. That seems like the kind of thing to draw attention to ourselves.
More of those odd metal orbs. They're doing something to them here. Altering them.
Okay, but we can't interact with it more than that.
The
Well, what does
orbs
he have to
appear
say?
to be an important part of the machinery. More of those odd metal orbs. They're doing something to them here. I don't know what these are, but they put me in mind of a lady's vanity, except with knobs. Lots and lots of knobs.
Yeah, shape-wise I could see
These
it.
are probably
Little like
work
vanity.
tables, although I've never seen work tables with gauges and meters and knobs before. I don't know what these are, but they put me in mind of it. I wonder what'll happen when I push. Oh, that's all.
Alright, bunch of stations. Perhaps more tools in the box. I think what we really want is to look at some of the papers on this board. Or we could just ask this person. Dependent on if we want to interact with them or not.
There's mathematics on that board. I've learned the fundamentals of addition, subtraction, and multiplication, but the numbers on that board are like Christerian runes to me. Completely meaningless and somewhat disturbing.
Disturbing.
There's mathematics on that board.
Can we grab anything? No. Okay, I think we are going to have to talk to this person.
You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, yeah?
This place is for engineers only. Please leave or I'll be forced to call the guards. I have a very loud voice when I'm scared.
One sound, and you'll be standing on the slopes of the first mountain, yelling at clouds.
Goddess. No problem. I'll be quiet as a... You're from Azadi. I've seen your profile in embroideries. I never forget a nose.
From embroideries?
You're the Apostle. Apostle Elvani. You're famous.
Well, infamous.
Maybe once. Now I'm just Kian. Your turn.
My turn what?
What's
your
your name?
name? Who are you?
Firdaus. I'm Firdaus, lead engineer.
I don't know what that means. What do you do?
Don't you know? I thought you would have known. You know, from back when you were... I'm in charge of the team that encodes the spheres that make the engine tick.
What's the engine do?
What engine?
The engine that... you know, the engine. There's only one engine. The one that encompasses the entire city. It's what all the pipes are connected to. Didn't they tell you anything when you were... you know, before you were a traitor?
Assume that I know nothing. What is this engine for?
The engine calculates. That's why they call it the calculating engine. Big numbers, complex equations. My team, we give the engine instructions about how and what to calculate. This is called coding.
What are you coding it to do?
I understood none of that.
You can't be here. You're a fugitive, and this is a restricted zone.
Well, I'm here regardless,
That's like
so...
two things that mean you shouldn't be here, and I could probably think of more if you need me to.
I have a sword, and I'm bigger than you.
The
Those
might
are two
makes
things
right
that count
approach,
in
huh?
your favor. Granted.
So what does this calculating engine do? What's its purpose?
I'm really not supposed to. Right. Bigger and sword. As I said, it calculates. I mean, it does more than that, but that's what it was built to do. Its core functionality. It adds, subtracts, multiplies numbers. Big numbers. And it does things with those numbers. Like, have you ever watched the stars in the sky at night?
Sure.
I'm not just a man with a sword.
Of course. And you've seen how those stars move across the sky. Using a calculating engine, we can actually track those stars and predict where they're going to be in a year from now, or a century, or where they were a century ago.
Why are you tracking stars?
Well, we're not. I mean, it's just an example.
Well, then what
We're
are
not
you
actually
tracking?
Tracking stars. I mean, sure, we could if we wanted to, but we're tracking dreams.
Ah, there we go.
Dreams.
Dreams are very complex, which is why we need a big engine with lots of ticking parts to make complex calculations and predictions.
Right, so the part about not just being a man with a sword, assume that's all I am and start over.
Yes, fine. Those pipes crisscrossing the city, they're sort of like speaking tubes, connecting 100 sage masters, each with his or her own field of specialty.
So, it's like a university.
Well, I guess. Yes. Yes, this is a good comparison. A whole city filled with clever brains. The spheres pass messages between the different masters, and between them and us. We write messages, and we interpret messages. We tell the individual brains what to think about, and then they do the thinking, and report back to us. This allows us to write ever more complex messages, until finally we have the code we need. The ultimate message.
For what?
That one we send to the tower.
Why?
Because that's where the biggest brain of them all is located. This is the hub of the Pike network, the engine's core, its heart, the nucleus of the meta... Well, you understand. The fact is, this is the most advanced and scientific task anyone's ever taken on, and we're doing it. You should be proud.
Why are you doing it?
Well, I don't quite know. Because we can? Because no one else can? Because the Prophet told us to, and gave us the tools to do it.
So, you don't know what it's for?
I write the instructions. I'm the man in the middle. Someone tells me what they need, and I tell the engine how to compute the answer. This is my job.
Who knows what the engine is for?
The Six, probably. The Prophet, certainly. Emissary Saya, I would imagine. This is above my pay grade.
Above your...
I was hired to write instructions for the engine and compute the spheres, not to ask questions. And not to answer yours either, Mir. You really should go before someone comes. We'll both be in terrible trouble. They usually check on me all the time. I wonder why they haven't.
I still don't understand. Why build all of this here in Mercuria? Why not in Sadir?
Good question.
Because of the tower and what's below it. Vast eddies of, meta-energies.
Meta... Do you mean magic?
So they're using magic and then at the same time talking about how...
Magic? Of course not magic. This engine is the opposite of magic. It's the culmination of everything Azadir has strived for these last 100 years. An end to chaos and uncertainty. An end to superstition and irrationality. An end to magic. When the engine's fully operative and the programming complete, we won't need sorcerers or witchcraft anymore. We'll be able to do anything we want. With science. Reshape reality. Rewrite the laws of the cosmos. Remove death and disease, poverty, and warfare. The world will be run by scientists for the betterment of humanity.
What do dreams have to do with it?
The engine feeds on the building blocks of reality. Ideas, stories, dreams. magic is highly detrimental to the system. See, sorcery causes chaos, injects uncertainties and fallacies into our calculations.
So, is that why magicals
Are being relocated? We can't have them around while the engine's calculating. But as soon as we're done...
You believe they're being relocated?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I mean, it's what they told us. Why would they lie?
I actually really like this
It's
guy.
simple.
I think
The engine isn't compatible with magic. And we don't want anyone getting hurt.
you don't want anyone to get
There's
hurt.
no room for sorcery in Mercuria. The magicals are better off in their new homelands.
They're being sent to prison camps.
The ones that aren't killed.
Education camps. This is true, yes, but only temporarily. This is their first stop. Afterwards, they're given passage to their new homelands, where they
Do
can...
you really believe that? What would the magicals be re-educated to do? Forget that they're magicals? No, Firdaus. That's not the truth. They're imprisoned. Killed. They're not given a new home.
But they told us. They said they were...
This is a guy who really wants to believe in his government and really wants to believe that he's helping and he's doing something important and amazing. And he hasn't really stopped to question it. This is one of those things that it just gets you thinking the way technology in real life is racing along and we achieve more and more incredible things. And then you have to kind of wonder the wisdom of some of the things we're doing and the ways that it can be exploited. Like he's talking about, we're going to make this marvelous machine and we'll be able to get rid of poverty and death and disease and all these things. And it's like, but the nature of people is that it's not going to work out to be a utopia. It's not. Someone who wants power is going to wrestle their way to the top to be in control of this thing, and they're going to use it to mold the world they want it in the way they want it to be, and it's not going to be in a way that is necessarily the best for everybody, because that's just the nature of people. That's how it always works out, right? Like unending battles, right? Between people who wish to be left to live their lives in freedom and those who want to control. So he seems like a nice guy, an earnest guy, and like he really does want to believe in what he's doing and he's excited about the technology. And I understand people like that, people who are very intelligent, who are creative and good at making things. They want to be excited about these things they create, but it doesn't always go well.
They promised they'd be safe and happy and... light protect them.
So this is why we're sending all the magicals away from Mercuria. Because of the engine.
Booting them out of their homeland so we can use their resources.
Yes, that's why. I didn't know. There are children.
Yes, there are.
There are.
They lied to us.
Do you need to remove all magicals before starting up this calculating engine?
It's already running. I'm not... As long as the thaumaturgical interference is below the acceptable threshold for...
Pretend that I'm a very small and possibly very stupid child.
Oh. No. No, they don't need to get rid of all of the magicals. Just enough not to disrupt our calculations. We'll be done instructing the network in a couple of days. After that, they can pull the lever whenever they want. That's the last component of the engine. The tower. The one that will start feeding on and molding the dreams. Changing the world for the...
Changing the world.
For the better.
Just changing the world is what it is.
I believe the official ceremony is a few days from now. The emissary will be there, together with the First and the Prophet, and please don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you. But what you're doing here is not the will of the goddess, Firdaus. Something is going on. Someone's...
Oh.
Kian. I had a feeling it was you.
Mia? Goddess, what are you doing here, Hami? Where are your men?
Right outside. They can be here in seconds.
But maybe we can reason
You,
with
engineer,
him.
what's your name?
I threatened him. He played no part in this.
Firdaus. I'm Firdaus.
Don't punish Firdaus.
You lied.
I beg your pardon.
Firdaus, this is, well,
Promised they'd be safe.
brave.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Go, Firdaus. This is not about you. Just remember what I told you. You're not doing the work of the goddess here.
Were you doing the work of the goddess when you murdered Dar Donyal?
How did you know that I... He exploited a Dalmari child.
So yes, I was
He would
doing
have
the
been
work
put
of the
to
goddess.
death.
After a trial. You're not judge and executioner, Kian. Not anymore.
Oh, in that instance I was. Anyone could be.
And you didn't stop there, did you? You've been busy. I've recognized your bloody handwork. You've shamed me. You've shamed Mother Utana, the goddess, your nation.
Back at you,
Be
friend.
looking at what the emissary and...
Right now, I'm looking at you, and the young man of faith, honor, and integrity I once knew appears to be long gone. Old Town was a distraction. Vamon meant it to be a struggle, for my men to die. He wanted to take my mind off the investigation. Commander Vamon and the emissary have been lying to me about your death. Why is that?
Because I'm a danger to them. And it's not the only thing they've lied to you about. This engine.
You betrayed us. You joined the enemy.
Okay, I just gotta say, this guy comes in here, he's been looking for Kian, he's doubting this emissary, he thinks there's shady things going on. He understands that the emissary had the whole Old Town thing as a distraction for him. Like, we're old friends, dude. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Let me explain myself without a lot of accusations and telling me how I've shamed everybody and everything. Like, come on, hear my side of the story. Maybe, well, he's been like a father figure to Kian. Maybe this is where Kian gets it from, right?
To stop Saya and Vamon, not to fight our people, not to fight you.
Sister Saya is the emissary. Commander Vamon is your superior officer. They are your people.
They are traitors, Mir. They have betrayed our nation, our faith, and...
You should have come to me first, Apostle. You should have come to me.
Weren't you like across an ocean when I figured this stuff out? Come on.
Entering this house, I had a feeling it was you. I entered alone for 2 reasons. One, as a courtesy to the mother. It would break her heart again to hear that you perished in dishonor, fighting my guard.
All right, reason 2?
And 2, you're living proof that Vamon has lied to me.
So maybe you should listen to my side of things.
I cannot reveal my hand to Vamon, but I also cannot let you go. You'll surrender to me now, without struggle, and you'll be brought to Sadir tonight, in secret. The courts will decide your fate. For the time being, while I sort out this mess, you'll be locked away under a false name. No one will know you're alive.
You're not even going to listen to all the things that I know?
When I'm ready to confront the commander and the emissary with their lies, I will reveal the truth about your survival, and you will cooperate every step of the way.
If you had a better plan, I might, but...
Vamon about the camps, and what they're doing to...
You lied. You lied to us.
Firdaus is going to come through here,
You told us they
isn't
would
he?
not be harmed. You told us they'd be safe. There were children.
Firdaus, this is not going to work out.
Go.
Oh, no.
Go, Kian! Make them pay for this!
Stop that! Get off me! I'll have you beheaded for this.
Shadow, damn you, man! Leave this place, now!
Bip, get out of here. It's dangerous. What happened to Bip? Did a guard get him? And Firdaus, this is going to go really bad for him. But that was very brave of him. I've got a lot of respect for that guy now.
Yes?
Mother, it's the General. He asks to speak with you.
Send him in, child. Hami, is anything the matter?
It's Kian. He's alive.
Goddess. Goddess be praised. How do you know this?
He broke into the engine room down on City Green.
Light. What was he doing there?
Speaking with one of the engineers, Firdaus, a young man from the southern provinces. Kian said... Oh, well, it's of no consequence. He's a traitor. He's joined the resistance.
It's of lots of consequence.
But it is as I suspected. We have been lied to by Vamon and the emissary.
So if you've been lied to by Vamon and the emissary, isn't that indicative that maybe there's even more going on, a great deal more going on that you weren't aware of, that Kian knows, and so perhaps there's a reason he joined the Resistance, and maybe you should have actually talked to him and let him explain before you rush to judgment. I'm not impressed with the way this guy is handling things.
For what reason?
That I don't know.
You could have if you'd
And
talked.
until we do, we cannot confront them, Mother.
Could have had better
I agree.
idea of what's going on, dude.
We don't know how firm their grip is on the tower. If they know that we know... What about Kian? Was he... How did he look to you?
He looked strong. Different, but strong.
He must have his reasons for doing what he's doing, Han.
Thank you, Mother.
Kian would never betray Azadi or his faith.
That's right.
Perhaps, but that's what he's doing.
Hami.
I gave him the honorable choice to turn himself in and face righteous judgment. But he fled, like a coward, when the engineer attacked me.
Attacked?
I don't blame the man. Kian poisoned his mind with baseless lies.
Hami.
My men detained him, and I placed him somewhere safe, somewhere he can't tell anyone what he saw and heard. Out of Vamon's reach. We need to keep this between us, or we run the risk of alerting the commander and emissary Saya. Much as I'd like to hunt down Kian myself and put him to the sword, we must be patient.
Let's trust the goddess Hami to illuminate our path and bring us to the truth.
I certainly hope she will.
I feel like he's probably ultimately on the side of good, but the way this man goes about things, he's rushing to a lot of judgment. He's missing opportunities to learn more before he makes some decisions. And especially if he knows that he's up against Vamon plotting and scheming things, like, wouldn't you try to do a little better and be maybe a little smarter to outmaneuver him? Maybe extend a little bit of trust to Kian, whom he's known for a very, very long time and trusted. Like, come on. Alright, well, we just got the autosave, so I think this is a good time to wind things down. And then, oh no, where's the guy in the toolbox? Okay, we don't have the tool, so I assume we must have put it back then. Although we did keep his maintenance map. But okay, we're going to hope that things are okay there and that our innkeeper friend will not in trouble. So, yeah, I guess next time we'll just start out by wandering on over, there's Anna, and seeing what's going on with all our friends.